Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sylvie Nadia. You can call me Nadia. NIM 372138. Islamic Business Management Study Program in the third semester of Class E. IAIN Bukit Tinggi. Here I intend to fulfill the mid-semester exam by telling a little about economics in English. With the title is Contemporary Islamic Economic Thinking. The current development of Islamic economics cannot be separated from the history of Muslim talk about economics in the past. The involvement of Muslim thinkers in complex community life and the absence of separation of scientific disciplines have made Muslim thinkers see community problems in a more interactive context. At a time when the Indonesian people and nation, especially Muslims, are experiencing crises in various fields of life, especially in the economic field. There is a transcendental awareness to return this issue to the teachings of Islam. Although at first Islamic teachings in the economic field were considered as an alternative, but gradually and happily convincingly, they become the only option and a necessity. This is after we realized that both the individualistic capitalist system will and developed by the Western bloc, as well as the socialist communist system, will by the Eastern bloc, were in fact unable to answer various economic problems and were unable to provide solution for every humanitarian problem that occurred. The Islamic economics is considered to have the potential to realize justice and general welfare. Islamic economic thought is divided into two periods, namely the classical period and the Islamic era, modern or contemporary. 1. Iqtisduna school. The main pattern of this school is thinking about solving economic problems that arise because of the unequal and fair distribution as the influence of a capitalist economy that benefits the strong and rich. Iqtisdunais understanding of economics argues that the peak of economic problem is not because of unlimited resources, but because of unlimited human greed. 2. Mainstream stream. The main pattern of this school of thought is the opposite of the Iqtisduna school of thought. The difference is the peak of economic problems. According to them, economic problems are due to scarcity. This means that all natural resources are limited, but human needs are unlimited. For this reason, humans are directed to carry out economic activities beside on a priority scale in meeting human needs by sticking to the Quran and Al-Hadith. 3. Critical alternative stream. Mainstream schools have been criticized for being a copy of the conventional one that eliminates usury and then replace it with zakat and intention. As the name implies, the critical school of thought is a characteristic of this school of thought. According to him, critical analysis is not only on socialism and capitalism, but also on the concept of Islamic economics. Jadi kesimpulannya adalah perkembangan ekonomi Indonesia saat ini tidak lepas dari sejarah pemikiran umat Islam tentang ekonomi di masa lalu, keterlibatan para pemikir Muslim dalam kehidupan masyarakat yang kompleks dan tidak adanya pemisahan disiplin ilmu telah membuat para pemikir Muslim melihat permasalahan masyarakat dalam konteks yang lebih interaktif. Di saat masyarakat dan bangsa Indonesia, khususnya umat Islam, sedang mengalami krisis di berbagai bidang kehidupan, khususnya bidang ekonomi, muncul kesadaran transendental untuk mengembalikan persoalan ini kepada ajaran Islam. Meskipun pada awalnya ajaran Islam di bidang ekonomi dianggap sebagai alternatif, namun lambat laun dan semoga meyakinkan menjadi satu-satunya pilihan dan kebutuhan. Baiklah, itulah sedikit mengenai ekonomi dari saya. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.